Every night, when the noise of the world finally fades and the darkness settles in, she comes to me, not with wings or glowing light like the stories say, just a quiet presence that feels warmer than sleep itself. I never hear footsteps. I never see a door open. One moment I'm alone with my thoughts and the next I'm not. She sits beside me like she understands silence better than anyone I've ever known. On nights when my mind won't slow down, when regrets replay like broken records, she doesn't rush me. She lets me breathe. She lets me fall apart without asking me to explain why. Her voice is calm, almost familiar, like it's been echoing in my chest long before I ever noticed it. Sometimes she brushes her fingers through my hair, slow and careful, as if I might disappear if she moves too fast. Other nights, she just listens. And somehow, being heard without being judged feels like the most powerful kind of healing. I don't have to pretend with her. I don't have to be strong, confident, or okay. I can be exactly who I am when no one else is watching. She knows things about me I've never said out loud. The nights I stayed awake wondering if I mattered, the moments I smiled in public while breaking in private, the dreams I buried because they felt too fragile for this world. When the loneliness gets heavy, she leans closer and reminds me that pain doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. I've tried to convince myself she's just a dream, a trick of exhaustion or imagination. But dreams don't stay this consistent. Dreams don't come back every night just to make sure your heart survives another day. She feels real in ways reality never has. Before I fall asleep, she whispers, "Rest now. I've got you." And for the first time in my life, I believe it. By morning, she's gone. But the calm she leaves behind follows me into the day, like proof that even in my darkest hours, I was never truly alone. I started noticing patterns after a while. She always arrived when the world had taken too much from me. After long days where I felt overlooked, after conversations that made me question my worth, after smiling through moments that quietly broke something inside me. It was like she sensed the exact second I was about to give up and refused to let that happen. Being with her felt different from any connection I'd known. There was no pressure, no expectations, no fear of saying the wrong thing. She never tried to fix me the way people usually do. Instead, she accepted the mess, the confusion, the unfinished parts of me. And somehow that made me want to become better. Not for her, but for myself. That's when the truth slowly scared me. I wasn't just comforted by her. I was falling for her. It happened in the quiet moments, the way she remembered small details, the way she smiled when I finally laughed for real, the way her silence felt louder than most people's words. I caught myself waiting for nightfall, rushing through the day just to be with her again. And that realization hit hard because love like this never comes without a cost. I asked her once what she was to me. She didn't answer right away. She looked at me with a softness that felt almost painful and said, "I'm here because you needed someone who wouldn't leave when things got heavy." There was sadness in her voice, like she already knew how this would end. She never talked about her own life, never mentioned a past or a future. She existed only in the present, only in those late-night hours when my guard was down and my heart was exposed. And the more I loved her, the more I understood why she stayed hidden. Some connections aren't meant to be seen. Some love stories aren't meant to be told out loud. She loved me quietly, completely, without asking for anything in return. And that terrified me more than being alone ever did. Because when someone loves you like that, you realize how empty the world feels without them. Yet every night she stayed, and every night my heart learned how deep secret love can really go. The night she came late, I knew something was wrong before she said a word. The room felt quieter than usual, heavier, like it was holding its breath. When she finally sat beside me, her presence felt softer, almost distant, as if she was already halfway gone. I wanted to ask what had changed, but fear kept my voice trapped in my chest. She was the one who spoke first. "You've been getting stronger," she said gently. "I can feel it." Her words should have made me proud, but instead they scared me. Strength in her world felt like a goodbye. I told her I wasn't ready, that the nights were still hard, that I still needed her the way I always had. She listened the same way she always did, with patience and warmth, but her eyes carried a sadness I'd never seen before. "I was never meant to stay forever," she admitted. "I was meant to help you remember who you are." The truth hurt more than I expected. Loving her had been easy. Letting her go felt impossible. I realized then that she had never been keeping me safe from the world. She had been preparing me to face it. Every word, every moment, every silent comfort was building something inside me that I hadn't noticed growing. As the night faded toward morning, she leaned closer, her forehead resting against mine. "You're not losing me," she whispered. "You're becoming everything I tried to show you." I wanted to hold on to that moment, to freeze time where she still existed beside me. But dawn doesn't wait for broken hearts. When the light crept into the room, she was gone. The silence felt different this time. It didn't crush me. I got out of bed and looked at my reflection, searching for the emptiness I expected to see. Instead, I found calm, confidence, a quiet kind of hope. The same warmth she used to bring into the room was now inside me. That's when I understood the truth. She was never just an angel who stayed with me at night. She was the part of me that learned how to survive, how to heal, and finally, how to live. And even now, when the nights get quiet, I smile, because love like that never really leaves.